The sun hung low over EKULO village, its golden rays caressing the vast plantations that stretched beyond the horizon. Farmers sang as they worked, their voices blending with the rustle of leaves and the hum of insects. Children laughed as they chased each other between the rows of yam vines, their joy unrestrained. But beneath this serenity lay fear as thick as the evening mist that rolled in from the forest. Inside the king's palace, a heated debate raged. "We cannot keep living like this," shouted Chief EKULO, pounding his staff on the ground. "The beast grows bolder with every passing moon. It has taken our cattle, our crops, and now even our hunters. What will we do when it comes for our children?" King Ayubado sat on his intricately carved throne, his face etched with worrying. "I have sent my best warriors, EKULO. None have returned. What do you suggest I do that I have not already done?" Silence fell over the room. No one had an answer. Outside the palace walls, life in EKULO continued cautiously. Among the villagers was a young girl named Zema, who was destined to change everything. Zema was unlike other children her age. Where they saw danger, she saw curiosity. When the elders warned her about the forest, she ventured in, unafraid of the shadows that danced among the trees. One afternoon, Zema ran to the fields where her father worked. "Papa," she called, her voice ringing like a bell. Ekong straightened and wiped the sweat from his brow. "What is it, my little lioness?" "There's something in the bushes near the river. It sounds hurt," she said, her small hands gesturing excitedly. Ekong's face darkened. "Zema, how many times must I tell you to stay away from the river? That's too close to the forest." "But Papa," Zema insisted, "what if it needs help?" Ekong sighed. "All right, show me." When they reached the river bank, they found a small antelope lying in the grass, its leg caught in a snare. Zema crouched beside it, her tiny hands working to free it. "Be careful," Ekong warned, but Zema barely heard him. "There," she said triumphantly as the antelope limped away. "See, Papa, not everything in the forest is scary." Ekong smiled, though his eyes were full of concern. "One day, Zema, your courage will take you places even I cannot imagine." Evenings by the fire, the elders of EKULO often gathered by the fire to share stories, and Zema never missed a night. Her grandmother, Mama Ifeka, was the best storyteller of them all. One night, as the fire crackled and sparks danced into the night sky, Mama Ifeka began her tale. "Long ago," she said, her voice low and melodic, "there was a warrior named Ejaka. He was not born into greatness, but he became great through his deeds. With the help of the gods, he defeated a serpent that terrorized his village." "Did he do it alone?" Zema asked, her eyes wide with wonder. Mama Ifeka nodded. "Yes, child. But remember, even the bravest warrior needs wisdom. Courage without wisdom is like a spear without a point." Zema sat back, her mind racing with dreams of becoming a warrior like Ejaka. As Zema grew, so did the beast's attacks. It no longer confined itself to the forests. One fateful night, its roar shook the village, waking everyone from their sleep. Zema rushed outside, her heart pounding. Flames licked the sky as a hut burned. "The beast is here," someone screamed. Her mother, Aduni, grabbed her arm. "Stay inside." "No, Mama. Papa is out there." Zema pulled free and ran toward the chaos. She saw her father, Ekong, standing with a spear his face pale but determined. "Zema, go back," he shouted. Before she could respond, the beast appeared. It was massive, its glowing red eyes piercing the darkness. It let out a deafening roar, and chaos erupted. Zema froze. Unable to look away, she watched as the beast slashed at the guards, scattering them like leaves in the wind. Her father lunged, his spear striking the creature's side, but it barely flinched. "Papa!" Zema cried as Ekon fell to the ground, blood staining his tunic. The beast retreated into the forest, leaving destruction in its wake. Zema ran to her father, tears streaming down her face. "I'm fine," Ekon groaned, though his voice was weak. Zema clenched her fists. "This has to stop. I'll do whatever it takes." Determined to fight the beast, Zema sought out Bamidel, the village blacksmith. "I want to learn how to fight," she said, her voice steady. Bamidel looked her up and down. "You, a girl, fighting a beast. I'm stronger than I look," Zema replied, meeting his gaze. Bamidel laughed but saw the fire in her eyes. "All right, come to the forge tomorrow. Let's see what you're made of." The next day, Zema arrived early. Bamidel handed her a wooden staff. "Show me what you can do." Zema attacked with all her might, but Bamidel dodged effortlessly. "Too slow," he said. "You need more than strength, you need skill." For months, Zema trained under his watchful eye. She learned to wield a spear, a sword, and a bow. Her body grew stronger, her movements sharper. One day, Bamidel handed her a blade he had forged. "This is yours," he said. "You've earned it." Zema held the weapon, feeling its weight. "Thank you," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. With her new skills, Zema approached the palace. "The king will not see you," a guard said. "Tell him Zema is here to end the beast's reign," she replied confidently. When she was finally brought before King Ayabado, he looked at her skeptically. "You think you can succeed where my warriors have failed?" "Yes, your majesty," Zema said, kneeling. "Give me your blessing, and I will bring you the beast's head." The king studied her for a long moment. "Very well. May the gods guide you." Zema tracked the beast for days, following claw marks and broken branches. She found its lair on the third night, a dark cave hidden behind a waterfall. As she stepped inside, the beast lunged at her, its red eyes glowing like embers. The battle was fierce. The beast's claws slashed at her, tearing her tunic. Zema struck back with her sword, her movements swift and precise. Hours passed, and both were wounded. But Zema remembered her grandmother's words. A warrior must also be wise. She spotted a weak point in the beast's movements and delivered a final, powerful strike. The beast let out a deafening roar before collapsing. Zema stood over its lifeless body, her chest heaving. "It's over," she whispered. When Zema returned to the village with the beast's head, the people erupted in celebration. "You have saved us," King Ayabado said, his voice filled with gratitude. During the celebrations, Prince Adewale returned from his travels. He was captivated by Zema's courage and beauty. "You are more than a hero," he told her. "You are a legend." In time, Zema and Adewale fell in love and married, ruling EKULO together as symbols of hope and strength.